The Cube Cinema is where I first ever came to see a film, at the tender age of 5 or 6, and it left a real impression on me. All that time ago, we had to come in through a different entrance, and you came in past a little Chinese restaurant along the side of King Square. It was still pretty lo-fi and low-key back then.
Just before the fire, I did one shift, and I think maybe like a week or so later the fire happened, and it was shut for just over a year. I wasn't involved with the rebuilding, but then there was a call out for new volunteers.
Well, I used to come here as a customer, obviously, to see stuff. And yeah, I think I read in the programme that it was volunteer run. I didn't know that before. And just started from there, yeah.
What really attracted to me about it was the ideology behind it, the idea that it's volunteer run, nobody gets paid, and the fact that it's kind of content led in terms of what we put on here. It's kind of almost like a bit of a legendary place.
Because there's no sort of structure of management. Also, I think because it's got a political element to it, which other arts centres wouldn't have. And it's special as well because of the actual physical building. I think the auditorium was just really beautiful.
I guess the freedom to program, to see lots of things that you wouldn't be exposed to otherwise, and rather than just consume culture, to actually be part of the creating of culture.
There are a lot of nights which might not be particularly commercially successful, but the people who do go to those events can really appreciate the fact that there is somewhere that will put that kind of stuff on.
The Cube's always had a local short film night. The Blue Screen started in 2001 and is a night for filmmakers to bring in their films.
It's got like a warm feeling. I mean, you feel like you belong somewhere, which is quite nice. I'd make friends and I'd see them next day. You'd meet a lot of people, so it's quite a nice place to land into.
It's like home. It's like some wonderful family, and it just makes me happy. Just walking through the door, and it smells strange, and it's full of weirdos.
The Haiti Kids Kino project started last January, immediately after the earthquake in Haiti. There was this idea to send out a children's cinema out to the camps that have been set up around Port-au-Prince. For kids that have been through something like that, it's really helpful just to have something nice to happen. The people who work at the Cube work here quite often because they love films and can probably remember when they're kids what a kind of, how magical experience, going to a really good children's film is. And we know, from our lives that can be transformative.
A heavenly mess.
Invigorating.
It's got unusual films on.
Awesome.
Adorable.
Chaotic in a productive way.
Cubic.
Curious.
Different.
It's probably quite addictive.
We are authentically independent here.
It's just the Cube. It's a space.